Hello students, I am Dr. Aisha Khosla, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Cultural Studies and Foreign Languages, GSS DGS, Khalsa College, Patiala. Today I am going to deliver a lecture on introduction and summary of John Keats's poem La Belle, Sans Mercy. Now, we know that this poem is a ballad, and the meaning of the poem is that the beautiful lady without pity. Now, first of all, let's see what is a ballad. Ballads are thus the narrative species of folk songs which originate and are communicated orally among illiterate or only partly literate people. Although many traditional ballads probably originated in the later Middle Ages, they were not collected and printed until the 18th century, first in England and then in Germany. Some of the best literary ballads in England were composed during the Romantic period. For example, Coleridge's Rime of the Ancient Mariner, Walter Scott's Proud Macy, and Keats's La Belle, Sans Mercy. So now coming to the poem. First of all, it would be pertinent to know about the poet. Keats, we know, was a romantic poet, and his notion of negative capability is the working principle behind this poem. Now, the word negative capability means it was used by Keats in 1817, and it means to characterize the capacity of great writers to pursue the vision of artistic beauty, even when it leads them into intellectual confusion. It means that artistic perspective was given more weightage than the logical one. Keats had a strong belief in the supremacy of imagination, which was his trait connected with Romantic age. According to C.E. Pettit, all the characteristics of Keats' poetry show his affinity with the romantic notions. Dreams, which he uses in many of his poems, imply imagination. Remoteness, again a recurring feature in his poems, suggests transcendence, and partiality for the foreign shows escapism. It means that many of his poems, they show that he is somewhere on a foreign land, remote from where he is. And of course, the critics, they say that it shows his escapism. Now, all these traits are uniquely Keatsian, but at the same time, they are also romantic. Now, coming to the poem. The beginning of the poem suggests gloominess, despair, and loss. The moment we start reading the poem, we get a feeling that the knight has gone through a very bad experience and that is why he is in this condition. The knight is all alone and he looks gloomy, pale, and very tired and roaming aimlessly at a place where there is no greenery near the lake and there are no sound of birds. It connotes that the weather is that of winter. His cheeks are pale now, which were once bright and rosy. And at that time, when he is standing, the squirrels have also collected food for long winter, and the fields have been harvested. Now, the whole scenario shows that the knight is not feeling good. He is physically as well as mentally in pain. Then, after that, the knight tells the story of the magical fairy who brings out the element of mystery and enchantment in the poem. Now, this lady, whom he calls a fairy, is basically magical because she is very beautiful with long hair and her eyes are very mysterious. The lady seemed an enchantress or a spirit who trapped him in her matrix of love. Now, the knight made a crown of flowers, stems, and leaves, and a bracelet for her. He was so much attracted towards her that he spent the whole day with her. They both rode the whole day, and she sang a mysterious song, a song which the knight could not understand. She ate and fed him roots and wild honey. Now, roots and wild honey again show that there was something unreal about the lady. She was not of this world, but of some other world. She spoke in a strange language. Though the knight could not understand the language, he could feel that she was showing her love to him, expressing her love to him in her own language. Then after that, she took him to a cave and lulled him to sleep. Now, this is the story of the knight. Then the ending very explicitly exhibits doom and destruction for the knight. In his sleep, he saw pale and dying princes, kings, telling him that the beautiful, merciless lady had made the knight her prisoner. When he woke up, he found himself on the cold hillside. The lady had, in short, destroyed him, and now he found himself on a deserted place where he was all alone, and that lady had vanished. Who she was, from where she had come and now where she has gone, he did not know. So now let's come to what does this lady signify? Who is the magical lady? Now there can be many interpretations to it. One can be that she is a personification of disease. Keats, as we know, was suffering from consumption and knew that his end was near, because during those times there wasn't any treatment for it. The medical lady can be his disease personified. He could see that his end was coming near, but he could not do anything. And that is why the knight is also shown in such a condition where he doesn't know what to do. Now another interpretation can be that the lady personifies greed. Keats was a romantic poet, and one of the main thrusts of romantic age was the revolt against rising materialism. Many other romantic poets like Wordsworth, Coleridge wrote their poems as a protest against drifting away from nature and entrapment of man in the web of materialism. The enchanting lady could be personification of increasing industrialization and materialism. The romantic poets were very much against the vicious circle projected by these types of developments. And they were saying it time and again in their poems that man has to connect with nature if he has to stay healthy mentally, physically, and emotionally. Now another thing can be that was this lady an obsession of Keats? Or can she be the personification of any obsession? Yes, she can be, because Keats was in love with his neighbor Fanny Brown, who never loved him in return. It could be that the mysterious lady is based on his experience with Fanny. He knew that he wouldn't be able to live for long, and he yearned for the love of Fanny, but unfortunately, he could never get back any type of admiration or love from her side. So, divine souls, extremity of any type can prove to be harmful for us. The secret of a pious and harmonious life lies in balance. The balance between worldliness and spirituality. The balance between materialism and spiritualism. The balance between, again, being part of nature and at the same time moving on the path of materialistic development. Both have to go hand in hand if we have to live a beautiful and balanced life. So this is all in this lecture. I'll Now come with another lecture next time. Till then, take care. Thank you.